Alex Marlowe Show, wherever you get your podcast. I absolutely love shows where I get to break down major speeches, so today will be good, I promise that. And I kind of am jealous that I can do 3-4 hours, because I can do 3 hours of podcast. I'm not Joe Rogan. I could do it. I'm not arrogant enough to be able to listen to 3 hours. So, no, but I will really look forward to that. It's doing very well. I had a big boost of subscribers overnight, so if you give me a subscription, that would be great, because you know, record.
Please do. Alex Marlowe Show. And if I give a plug to the Fight Club conversation you had with Matt Boyle, the evolution of Marco Rubio. That is a fascinating thing that's happening as well. So you and Boyle.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, you can scroll back. A lot of them are pretty evergreen. So a lot of the things, which is a benefit. If we sign up now, I think we've done 150 shows. We have a lot of content for 80 days that are here. A lot of it is very useful. And if you were a sucker, you were paying the whole time, then it's still the same inventory. So you just give us money for
supporting the cause.
Yeah, you couldn't sit on the sideline and just wait for
Now's the time. The best days today. The second best day was yesterday, and there's many more to come. And we got to beat the tranny who's at the top of the medal pool, right? So we need those $5 a month. That's how it works. The great Alex Marlowe Show, wherever you listen to podcasts. Great to talk to you, Alex. Appreciate you. Have a good day, man. We'll take a break. We have a couple more clips we haven't played yet. We'll have a minute or two for some phone calls if you want to sneak in here real quick. And then we'll wrap it up with Michael Watley, who's the chair of the RNC. Mike Slater, right partners. Yeah, let's spread the word.
Conservative voices built on freedom, powered by you.
I wanted to comment about these activist judges that are just aggravating the holy heck out of everyone. We've seen what Dose has uncovered. How much of that is actually recoverable, and how much of it is already gone?
Join the conversation.
People's distaste for federal employees is probably pretty accurate. They should be happy that that's exposed and they're being eliminated.
Your voice is heard. Here, SiriusXM Patriot, Channel 125.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-553-6800. That's 800-553-6800. Once again, that's 800-553-6800.
Sometimes bad things happen to good cigars. Not at Famous Smoke Shop. Unlike the other guys, we take pride in how we store, pack, and ship our cigars. We've been family-owned since 1939, so we know what it takes to make a great smoke and a great experience. Visit FamousSmoke.com for thousands of premium cigar brands, fresh and ready to ship from our climate-controlled 20,000-square-foot humidor. Every order is backed by our Famous Freshness Guarantee. Check it out now at FamousSmoke.com and use promo code FREE20. That's FREE20, and we'll take $20 off your order of $99 or more. Our cigar experts make sure you get the best deals on the best cigars, so every smoke is your best smoke. If you want an okay cigar, you go to your neighborhood OK Cigar Shop. If you want the best cigar, you go to Famous Smoke Shop. That's FamousSmoke.com. Get real cigars from a real cigar shop and save $20 right now. Ship fresh, direct to you. Go to FamousSmoke.com. Use code FREE20.
Hers is a story of struggle and success.
I have lived through so many things that I didn't even think I was going to live through or make it through. I didn't think I was going to even succeed as an artist at some point.
Now, the queen of hip-hop soul, Mary J. Blige, shines with her own limited engagement channel.
And this is strictly for the fans.
Hear her music, influences, and more. Mary J. Blige Radio. Now throughout the month. At home with SiriusXM on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices. It's starting on March 18th on Channel 79.
CozyEarth.com. I am proud. I will take this to my grave. These sheets are awesome. Oh, Oh, Slater, isn't that a little embarrassing to be hawking sheets on the radio? You gotta do it. No, it's not. Not till you have them. Not till you use them. I admit that when they first came to me with it, I thought it was a little weird. I tried the sheets. I said, get breaking news. I don't care who's on the radio right now. I'm coming on. I'm telling everyone I know about these sheets. The greatest thing we own, the nicest thing we own are these sheets. It's good because I spend a lot of time, not enough time, but a good amount of time in my life on these sheets. So it's a good thing to spend some money, invest. A good night's sleep. These incredible cozier sheets, stuff like that. 100 night sleep trial. You get a 10-year warranty too. It's great. 10-year warranty. 10-year warranty on anything. Like a 1-year warranty on a dishwasher. 10-year warranty on a sheet. Like, that's great. But you get a 100 night sleep guarantee. If you don't love them, you send it back. I really don't know if that's ever happened. I can't imagine that ever happened. You get up to 40% off. So we're going to make it even nicer for you. Up to 40% off for these sheets. And you will love them. You'll love the sheets. I don't say, like, if you've ever agreed with anything I've ever said, if you've ever valued this show in any way, you gotta take my word for it. I can't force you to get the sheets. I'm just telling you they're amazing. Do what you want. CozyEarth.com. Make sure you use the promo code Mike Slater, no space, Mike Slater, one word, and then you get it to 40%. Cozy Earth, C-O-Z-Y, CozyEarth.com.
From the Global News Network of Breitbart.com, this is Breitbart News Daily with your host, Mike Slater.
Dan Turrentine, he said, I love my party. He's a Democrat. He said, I love my party, but tonight was a new low. I get silence on this or that policy and the raw politics of the base's anger, sure. But for not a single Democrat to stand to applaud a boy's brave battle with Kaiser or a man's admission to West Point, what a classless disgrace. And maddeningly, while overall Trump's speech was politically good, there were political holes that could have been exploited. Juvenile taunts that voters hate and comical lies. But much of that will be buried by our self-inflicted stupidity, said this Democrat. Let's go to Anvil, who's in New York. What's going on, Anvil? How you doing?
Great. So, Mike, how you doing today?
Good, brother. Real good. Love it. Tell me what happened last night.
So, my thought is the new Democratic catchphrase, this isn't normal, these aren't normal times. Republicans need to lead into that and turn it around and say, you're right, these are normal times. We're no longer going to do the same thing we've done for decades, expect a different result. We're going to do something different.
That's right. So, Democrat Congresswoman. Yeah, here's Congresswoman Stanton. Yeah. She had a sign as Trump was walking down saying, this is not normal. Again, to speak to that Democrat I was just quoting, like the silliness. Like holding a sign, a little tiny sign on a postcard, this is not normal. And then she's from New Mexico. And then some other Republican congressman ripped it out, ripped that reins, threw it in the air. This is not normal.
But this is a common, like if you listen to the progressive radio, see what they're saying?
Yeah.
This is a common theme with them now, that we're not living in normal times, this isn't normal, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
so
great.
It's a common theme throughout the Democratic Party.
Oh, very good. Okay, so listen, your idea to judo it is perfect. Got to do it. Let's judo it. Judo is you use their own enemy's force against them. So they come running after you, and then you move them in the direction they're already going, and you flip them over your back. Okay, so that's it. You're right. Not normal, because all of your norms led to tens of millions of illegal aliens that you couldn't fix without a bill. Trump just repeated that perfectly yesterday. All the norms led to crime being out of control. $36 trillion, $1 trillion of that in endless wars. Right? Your norms are terrible. The norms are terrible. The norms need to be broken. We are destroying the norms for the sake of America and the American people. And we are going back to what made this country the greatest country in the world in the first place. We're going back to what was normal. But in the meantime, if you look at the short term, what's happening now is not normal. Very good. You're right, Democrats. It's not. Thank goodness. It's exactly what we voted for. Michael Watt, the chairman of the RNC, next. Mike Slater, Black Brothers Dad, spread the word.
The will count majority.
Coming up right after the David Webb Show, we're going to talk the joint session with Representative Eric Houchin from Indiana and Cassie Smedley former RNC press secretary and vice president of COIN, will join me in studio.
Will count majority coming up next at noon East after the David Webb Show on SiriusXM Patriot.
Attention IRA millionaires. Think you missed your chance to convert your IRA and avoid massive taxes? Think again. Because of Trump's re-election, you now have a second chance to lock in historic savings. I've written 2 best-selling books about maximizing Roth conversions. Now I've updated the playbook to reflect the latest tax laws.
Avoid leaving a fortune to the IRS. Amazon sells Roth conversion reset for $19.95, but today get an instant full-color PDF for less. Text Roth to 888-660-ROTH now. Don't wait. Text Roth to 888-660-ROTH now. Message and data rates may apply.
Cars for Kids accepts all kinds of real estate donations. Turn your challenging or unused property into a brighter future for kids and get a tax deduction for the full appraised value of your property. Visit carsforkids.org or call today. That's Cars for Kids Real Estate.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your real estate.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-553-6800. That's 800-553-6800. Once again, that's 800-553-6800.
Are you using our mobile app today? If not, go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah, mobile order MC56 for Norm.
Say your code one more time.
MC56.
For Norm?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and move around, sweetie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Presents Breitbart News Daily with your host, Mike Slater.
The chairman of the RNC, Michael Watt. Mr. Watt, good to talk to you, sir.
It's great to be on with you, Mike.
The perfection of Trump's speech yesterday only amplified by the contempt that the Democratic Party has for Trump, and then one could say this country oozing out of the pores for the world to see. So there's something to behold yesterday. But I ask you, the Republican Party has had its ups and downs. For goodness, have you ever seen anything like the state that the Democrats are in right now?
No, it's absolutely wild to see the fact that they are a complete free fall. They're in a circular firing squad, and they're offering absolutely nothing. Donald Trump's speech last night was an absolute tour de force. In part, it was a victory lap over what he's already accomplished in the last 6 weeks. In part, it was a call to arms. It was that the rest of the administration and Congress need to see this through, need to see the vision accomplished, and need to carry out this implementation. The Democratic response was amazing. It was the fact that they refused to stand for a kid who beat cancer, refused to stand for all of the heroes that the president called out. The fact that, on MSNBC, he called, they called it disgusting that the president was talking about a young cancer survivor. Right now, the Democrats are offering absolutely nothing other than Trump derangement syndrome as an antidote for their voters. Shows you why they are at 20% approval rating right now, and President Trump has got the highest ratings he's ever had.
Trying to go back to the Obama days, and Republicans didn't like Obama at all. I remember one of the guys said, "You lied." It was like this big outrage, right? he wasn't removed by the sergeant of arms like that. But it's so crazy how yesterday was so amazing that the fact that one of the congressmen had to be removed by the sergeant of arms like barely even makes a blip on the radar of our analysis. I think we mentioned it like once in passing. How much happened yesterday, how wonderful the whole speech was. But anyway, like Republicans didn't like Obama, but I don't remember that hatred ever being anything like if Obama said, "Here's a kid with cancer," or "I brought home this American," or "We just captured the guys who killed 13 Americans in Afghanistan. They're on their way back to America." I think Republicans would have. I would have applauded that. Like, were we ever in this opposite position ever?
Not really. It is theater of the absurd. Right now, the Democrats are doing everything they can to just go out there and show that they are angry. They are putting absolutely no solutions on the table. And President Trump even called them out. He said, "I could come down here and tell everybody that I've caused cancer and created the best economy in the entire world, and none of you would stand and clap." He was absolutely right. You know, and it is remarkable when you think that is where they're coming from right now, because they have no solutions to offer to the American people.
Okay, so RNC, you're already thinking of the next elections, as you should be. Maybe we should be focused on the moment, but your job is in the future, right? What are we looking at in 2026? Let's look over the Senate. What's the makeup of the Senate in 2026, the races?
I like the Senate map right now. You know, I think we've got a great opportunity to pick up a seat in Georgia. I think we've got a great opportunity to pick up a seat in Michigan. We're going to wait and see kind of who gets into the race in Minnesota. We've got a very difficult hold in North Carolina. We've got a difficult hold up in Maine. And then we'll have to wait and see what the rest of the map looks like. When you flip it over to the House, we have a 3-seat majority today. We'll have a 5-seat majority once we get our Florida members back. It's going to be very difficult. We know that it is going to be a slog. We're going to be fighting every single day.
Medium orange juice?
And I think it's going to be very, very critical, because this entire midterm election is really going to be a midterm grade on the progress that President Trump, his administration, and then Congress make towards the American people's votes. And so we are seeing already that President Trump and his administration are moving the ball. They are already working at light speed. We saw it last night in the speech where he laid out a number of things, the initiatives that they've already started working on. But we're going to need Congress to make sure that they keep up, that they're going to stay on pace, they're going to stay unified, and they're going to enact the legislation that we need to get this implemented, to implement this agenda.
So Susan Collins could have a tough time with her re-election in Maine?
Maine is a very difficult state. You know, President Trump carried Maine too, but he lost the state overall. Susan Collins has been around for a long time. We don't want to take any of these seats for granted, but I think that she puts us in the best position to win up there.
That's unfortunate. And Tom Tillis in North Carolina, is he who's up there?
Yes. So Tom has won his first race back in 2014 by 50,000 votes. He won his second race by about 100,000 votes. North Carolina, great news this week where we actually had an announcement that there are now officially, for the first time in the history of the state, more registered Republicans than Democrats, but it's still a third Republican, a third Democrat, a third unaffiliated. So it's a purple state. It's always a tough state.
Interesting. Okay. There's two facts, and you know if you have those off the top of your head. I think it's Mark Wayne Mullen, and I'm butchering the fact. That's why I want to run by. How many Democratic senators are in states that Trump won? I ask this because as we're voting on these bills that are kind of close, right? It's like, well, we got these Democratic senators in red states that they better start wising up a bit here. Do you know how many of those there are?
There are a few, but I think the most important one right now is going to be Georgia, because John Ossoff is up for re-election. The fact that he is voting 100% lockstep with Chuck Schumer and with the Democrats, that is out of step with that state. The 26th election cycle is going to be absolutely critical. It's probably our best pickup opportunity around the country.
That's got to be good. We just talked to the Lieutenant Governor a little bit ago. All right, on the House side, we keep hearing about these Republicans who are in Biden districts that Biden won. Do you know how many of those there are, and why? We're just talking to Alice Marlowe about this. This Harvard poll came out that says 75% of independents, and it's like 70% of Democrats even support like the DOJ stuff, and like completely like basic things that Trump's been talking about, really like 80-20 issues. they're very scared of these Republicans who are in blue districts that Biden won. Am I just being a right-wing zealot when I say, oh no, these are actually like, you can run on Doge in these quote-unquote Biden districts and still win?
What the fuck is this guy
What's
doing?
your calculus as head of the RNC in these Biden districts to have Republicans win?
Well, first off, we have 3 seats the Republicans hold that Kamala carried, right? So those are going to be tough seats that we've got to hold. But this is an opportunity for us because we have 13 seats that Democrats hold that Trump won. And so I think that 16-seat map really becomes where we're going to focus our first line in terms of the next campaign. So I'll take that net of 10 all day long if we just hold serve in those districts. And then, of course, we're going to have another, 20 or 30 districts where Biden won by less than 5 points or Trump won by less than 5 points, and we're gonna have the congressional races that will be according, to that map. But when I look at those 13 Democrats who are sitting in seats that Trump won, and they are doing what they did on the floor last night, or they are voting, lockstep down this Democrat radical progressive agenda, it really is going to give us a great opportunity. I had breakfast with Newt Gingrich a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking specifically about this universe and making sure that we're working with people like you, Breitbart Radio and News. We talk about all of our new mainstream media, as I call it, the alternative media, to get out there and point out that these 13 members, plus those senators that are in the red states, get pummeled for the votes that they're taking right now. They're truly, over the next year and a half, cannot be any free votes for these people.
No, we're just talking about breaking norms. And one of the norms that needs to be broken is that the party in charge loses seats in the midterm. This will be not normal, but we're actually going to gain some seats. That's the goal. How can people? We got to run, Chairman. Where can people go help out the RNC?
GOP.com. They'll get all the information that they need, and we definitely need everybody to be paying attention right now because the 26th election cycle, as you said, we're already in it.
Yeah, Grand Old Party, GOP.com. Great talk, Chairman. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
Have a good day. Keep it up. Yeah, we gotta win this midterm. We gotta win it, and it starts now. And we gotta win the primaries. We cannot win politically. Listen, you know my whole thing about we can't save the schedule politically. Oh, it needs to be way more than that. But even just within the political realm, we can't just win once every 4 years, and it's got to be every 2 years. And even that, it's got to be the primaries. We got to make sure we get the right people in to win the primaries so that they can win these races as well. We're gonna keep this party going. We have a lot more of what happened last night in the future. Spread the word.
Honey, I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
Oh, it's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos.
I know it's been on our list, but isn't getting life insurance a huge pain? Well, it's so much paperwork, and you have to go see the doctor. I wouldn't even know where to start.
With Ethos, Dave said it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. Plus, it's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house. He was able to choose an amount that worked for his needs, and Ethos made the whole thing so easy and clear.
10 minutes with no medical exam? Ethos, here we come.
Here's to sleeping better at night.
Help protect your loved ones today with Ethos. Life insurance made easy. Visit applyethos.com to apply today. That's applyethos.com.
Saddlebait is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But DC politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not an offer. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-978-1515. 800-978-1515.
Strong national defense. Legal immigration. We are Sirius XM Patriot.
Channel 125.
Conservative principles live here.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Counting the end of discriminatory hiring policies in the U.S., President Trump pronouncing DEI dead.
Our country will be woke no longer.
Morning.
Mr. Trump delivering an address to a joint session of Congress last night on border security. The president says all it took to end the border crisis was a new president willing to enforce existing law. He says both Russia and Ukraine have now expressed a desire for peace talks, and Mr. Trump defends his embrace of tariffs as a way of leveling the playing field with America's trading partners, suggesting some short-term pain.
Be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that.
And the country's stark political divide was on full display during the president's speech.
It didn't take long for the presidential address to feature partisan behavior on both sides of the aisle. Donald Trump set the tone early.
Joe Biden, the worst president in American history.
Early in the speech, Democratic Congressman Al Green of Texas stood up and shouted at the president.
The chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the Joint Session.
And House Speaker Mike Johnson ordered Green to be removed after he refused to sit down. Greg Clugston, Washington.
And in the Democrat response, first-term Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan accusing Mr. Trump of driving up prices while pushing a giveaway to billionaires. Vice President Vance, Defense Secretary Hegseth, National Intel Director Gabbard visit the southern border today.
Do you truly believe that?
Texas designed to highlight administration policies that have drastically cut the number of illegal border crossings. Watching Wall Street ahead of the opening bell, Dow futures are down 17 points. NASDAQ futures 41 points higher. More on these.
I mean, it was theater, but.
We talk about Relief Factor and how so many people enjoy a better, more pain-free life because of it. If you're dealing with everyday pain, it makes sense you'd want to try it first. Well, Relief Factor makes that pretty pain-free too. With their 3-week quick start kit for only $19.95, less than $1 a day. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain temporarily, it helps reduce or eliminate pain. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF, 800-4-RELIEF for Relief Factor.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial.
I mean, the whole thing is theater.
My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go. But the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit No Time to Wait.
The paddles were great for memes, though, I'll tell you that.
Ukraine's president seems to be backing down, as the BBC's James Waterhouse explains from Kiev.
President Zelensky has reiterated what he called Ukraine's commitment to peace, and appears to have offered a big olive branch to Donald Trump by saying, "My team and I stand ready to work with President Trump's strong leadership when peace can rise." He used specifics at an early peace process stage to involve prisoner exchanges,
good to see you, Bob.
drone attacks, and even naval truce in the Black Sea. President Zelensky had been applauded by some for standing his ground against Donald Trump in the Oval Office last week. Today, not least with the pausing of US aid, he seemed to want to dial down the temperature of a debate which could decide the fate of his country.
Pope Francis resting after sleeping through the night with a ventilation mask as he undergoes hospital treatment for double pneumonia. Vatican says he rested well overnight, waking up shortly before 8 a.m. News and analysis at Town Hall.
Truth is the authority. All right, first thing, bring your A game, because I'll take nothing less. We're going to have an open and honest discussion, but the facts matter. Let's talk about the people. It's common sense. It's principles and policies that work for everybody. I just want to talk about how to fix
Nice old Grand Marquis there.
No, it applies mostly to those of us like me and others in the media.
Man, I wish I could find one in really good shape.
For the president's joint interest.
Big old V8 in it.
Congress last month, the joint session, House and Senate, the cabinet members in attendance, the Supreme Court invited guests in the gallery.
That one's in pretty decent shape.
What did you prepare? I prepared by having a conversation with my friend Michael.
I've always had a bit of a cough.
Times on this show. Son of President Ronald Reagan. We talked
Who knows? Maybe I am. Fuck it.
and getting up to Gorbachev, standing up to the Soviet Union.
I'm doing election training tonight.
East through strength and Trump
Erection training. For, I guess there's a primary in May. They called me Monday begging me.
They didn't like his tear down this wall speech. They also didn't like the fact that Reagan called the Soviet Union.
Actually, I haven't smoked in
But they were
a week.
Believe in how bad they were when he walked away in Reykjavik. And in summary,
Been over a week.
whiners and losers that they are, while Reagan and Trump are proving to be the winners. So, not just
I don't even know what the hell is supposedly primary. I don't know, state stuff maybe.
closely what your takeaways
Governor.
what's being written for you in the media. I want to hear
Our current rhino governor is terming out.
first someone who I know was well prepared for last night's speech.
We may get Vivek Ramaswamy.
State of Tennessee, Senator
Either him or I guess our current AG is running. But I don't know about local stuff.
I say this.
I know they're not doing the
This morning,
in Congress. That's for. Oh, there might be a Senate one though. I don't know.
joint objectives that I have seen before Congress. State of the Union.
I think they filled in the lieutenant governor into Vance's seat. I don't know if that's up.
This is a repeat
When that's up.
history, but very similar, and in this case, but success is on the table.
Ah, shit. Red light. At least I'm right at the red light this time, so I can just gun it if the sniper starts shooting.
Secure that southern border, to make our cities safer, to be certain that our allies know they're an ally and that our enemies fear us. And these are accomplishments he can point to. And he did that. He then moves on to what we're going to work on for the next several months to get those Trump tax cuts made permanent, so that we're getting inflation down and reducing the cost of living, and how he plans to move forward with tariffs so there is a level playing field, reciprocal tariffs, as he said last night, to make certain that our U.S. manufacturers and companies are protected. And also he talks some about our standing in the world and how he sees our stage.
Kids should be in school.
The president spoke about immigration, top-line topics, the economy, foreign affairs, restoring common sense. It's something you and I have talked about for years. Those are all important things. Immigration, when you look at an increase of 627% in monthly arrests compared to Biden. For example, on the economy, bringing manufacturing investment back, bringing the business of the nation back to where it needs to be, as well as delivering energy, a commodity, and not just to the U.S., but on the world stage. Foreign affairs, he referenced with Zelensky. Now, your take on being in the chamber, the reaction at that time when he took on the transgender.
I stopped at Mickey D's. I got me biscuits and gravy sitting next to me.
And I appreciated so much that he was willing to address those issues.
I was streaming for about 15 minutes before you came on.
To me, this week, you know, this is March Madness, and we have had our
Yeah, I might have a little bit of a cough.
for this week that would protect girls in sports, the Protecting Girls
I have a dry cough too.
and that was led by Senator Tuberville. I was one of the co-sponsors on that. And then yesterday, we had my American Girls
I had no time to be
in
sick
Sports
too.
Day legislation on the floor. Every single Democrat voted against each of those bills. And we have seen now that the Democrats have lost their ability to stand up and defend women. And I was so pleased that the president took these issues on last night.
My guest, Senator Marsha Blackburn from the
Yeah,
state of
yeah.
Tennessee.
The wife's work, man. Everybody's just passing it around.
Look around. The Democrats are in pink. They are seated. They are.
She was in bed by the time I got home last night.
Signal they intend. Human things that happened last night. I want to play this for you. Post address rather. This is MSNBC's.
All right, guys. Peace. Love you guys. I'm going to do I'm actually probably not going to have much of an audience at all, but I think a few of you are. And if you aren't, I might try and make you some. But I got to do a 5 hours of premium YouTube or a Rumble subscription.
And I hope he's alive for another,
So we'll see. See you in a bit. Bye.
And the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do, and maybe.